How would you handle a legal issue for the county that you personally disagree with?
Well, quite frankly, I've faced that situation many, many times in my 11 plus years of being county attorney. As Mr. Montemayor indicates, there are 5 members of the Commissioners Court, different personalities, and you often don't agree with everyone's idea of what county government ought to be. But the thing to keep in mind is that your boss are the taxpayers and not the 5 people on the court. You didn't get elected by 5 votes. You got elected by thousands of people out of the community. We are a community of about 250,000 plus people, and those are the people we should be serving. And so many, many times we do tell our public officials, our department heads and employees that what they want to do, 1, is not legal, 2, is not efficient or cost effective, 3, would be a liability for the county, and 4, we tell them the problems that will occur in the event they persist in following the path that they have chosen. As I have been reminded by members of my court many times, I do not have a vote on that court. And so they make those decisions. And they do so having had full knowledge from my part of all the consequences. And so when you don't agree with something, you can't force your client to do what you want them to do. As the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And so as the attorney, I deal with those consequences. But they know what those consequences are because my staff and I have fully apprised them of the situation. And then we follow through with whatever we have to do to minimize the liability to the county and, most importantly, to the taxpayers.
Thank you.
Well, I personally would handle an issue that I don't personally agree with. You have to separate the two. Okay, I may have my personal beliefs and my personal morals, but I'm also a lawyer. And when I took that oath as a lawyer, I took that oath to uphold the law and to follow the law, regardless of my personal beliefs. So I have a job to do, and as my job, I must follow the law. You have to provide and guide the court according to the law. That's your job. That's your job as a county attorney, regardless of what my personal beliefs are. And believe me, I've come across it in my practice. In criminal cases, there may be certain things or acts that clients of mine have committed that I don't agree with, but I have to do my job. That's what I took an oath to do, and that's what I will do. So as county attorney, I have a duty to the county leaders, to the taxpayers, to advise them of the correct law that applies to any given situation, regardless of what my opinion or my belief is. And so that's how I would handle the situation. You know, I advise them accordingly, regardless of what my personal beliefs are.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia?
As county attorney, if a situation like that would arise, I would place my feelings aside. What's important, what's necessary, what needs to get done is what is important for this community, not for me. I'm not number one, the community is. I'm here to serve the community. The community goes first, I go second. So if a situation like that were to ever arise, and it does arise in the practice of law, and it has arisen in my practice, I would put my personal feelings aside, and I would put the county first. Thank you.